Want a cookie? Oh, I know you just ate, so you're craving something a little sweet. Besides, one cookie isn't gonna kill you. How about half? Just a bite? Bite it. Bite it. Bite it.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. Your affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on a path to successful weight loss by quieting food noise.
Bite it.
Shh. Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
With Car Guru's Discover, you can skip the filters and describe what you're looking for in your own words. Simply type what you want, and Car Guru's Discover instantly surfaces real listings that match your exact needs. It's no wonder Car Guru's is the #1 most visited car shopping site according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. Go to cargurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's cargurus.com. cargurus.com.
What is up, Los Angeles, and welcome back. It's been just a few minutes. More breaking news from the Rams LAFB show. I am your host, Ryan Anderson, joined by my co-host, Erin Coscarelli. More breaking news, this time a coaching hire. They are bringing on DB's coach from the University of Tennessee, the Volunteers, Michael Hunter, according to CBS Sports' Matt Zenitz. Michael Hunter is joining the staff of the Los Angeles Rams as a DB coach. Question is, they got a DB coach already.
That's right.
Aubrey Pleasant. Erin, what are your thoughts on this hire, and what do you think is going on right now?
Well, first of all, sorry, I'm getting a call. First of all, I mean, it sounds like the writing's on the wall, which I have had the privilege of getting to know Aubrey Pleasant over the course of the season. And man, what a guy. They love him in that building, his players, the coaching staff, so personally, from a personal standpoint, and he's always been wonderful to cross paths with in Rams HQ. Just great guy all around. So, I can only imagine with how wonderful he is to various media members, how wonderful he is as a coach to his players. And look at, even just the conversations that we've had about Emmanuel Forbes, who's had his various challenges and ups and downs, but it really takes a great coach to take a chance on you, believe in you, kind of rear you along. And I guess my question to you, Rye, is when you make a choice to bring in, and it's kind of getting reported that there's a new DB coach, and the Rams have not officially announced that Aubrey Pleasant is leaving, which I guess rumors are saying he's possibly going to Arizona, join Mike LaFleur. When you do that, that means like the choices, the decision's been made. Aubrey Pleasant is probably going to leave, right?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's some writing on the wall there. Obviously, he had a shot at being a DC with the Lions. Short-lived opportunity there for Aubrey Pleasant. The Rams are always super happy to have their guys move on and become and get promoted. I think they put that as a feather in their cap as much as they have to replace those guys. So yeah, Browns and Cardinals are out there for Aubrey Pleasant. They've interviewed him for those positions. Obviously the LaFleur connection is there. I'm not sure what the connection is with the Browns or Todd Monken there, but what a deserving guy for another job. I mean, the energy he brings, Sean McVay tapped him in the preseason to call plays, to be the head coach on the field in the preseason. So a lot of support there. And, this is so it's not official. We don't know that. That's kind of the writing on the wall. That would, if I was in the prediction game, that's what I would predict, is he's going to take one of those jobs. But this position group is going to be under a microscope heading into 2026 season, for obvious reasons. We don't need to go down the whole litany. I have it written down. We can, but before getting into that, I want to talk a little bit about Michael Hunter. But yeah, I think, if you go look at the Rams website right now under the coaching staff, and you look at who are the DB coaches there on the website, which the website is not the best. It's not always up to date. I'm just saying that, but they've got Jimmy Lake there, who's back. He was with the staff with Raheem Morris and then left to go work for Raheem Morris with the Falcons. He's back. He's a DB's guy. He's a defensive guy. But they need help in that area. As good as those coaches are, there's going to be a lot of new faces. There's going to be a lot of turnover in that room. So I think, regardless of whether, this new guy steps into that position as the DB's coach, or Aubrey Pleasant does stick around, probably with a bit of a heightened role, they're going to need a lot of hands on deck to make sure that all this new talent, wherever that comes from, is up to speed and playing the best they can. So that's kind of where I come down on.
And there's a lot we can make with this, depending on if Pleasant does actually end up leaving, because he does also hold the title of assistant head coach.
Yeah.
And, now McVay has had baby number 2. There could be some type of transfer of roles in the event we see Aubrey stay. I'm not going to, project anything. We'll find out more, of course, and we'll keep people updated. But it isn't lost on me that one of the things when McVay gave us during one of his press conferences, and I had asked him, how does he feel that all his coaches do tend to get trusted by another franchise? He said, look, it breaks your heart. Obviously, it's the best way to get your heart broken. It means, they're loving something about these particular guys in the building. But he did say he enjoys when the opportunity does come to inject youth or certainly a new perspective of coaching into the building, which is why I think McVay, again, is just such a brilliant coach, because he's not afraid to see how someone else sees things, right? So getting some youth, getting a fresh perspective, bringing in a different variation of how someone sees things could be interesting. And it's exactly what McVay has had to do over the course of however long he's been a head coach, and kind of losing some of his coordinators. So it's not a terrible thing. I think the Rams enjoy the process of finding new talent to bring in when it comes to their coaching staff. But of course, obviously, losing in the event, if they do, losing a guy like Aubrey Pleasant, man, that's tough for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And, you made such a great point about, the Rams and their hiring and the coaches that they do bring in and the innovation that comes with those coaches. And when you said that, the guy that I thought of that might be kind of an analogous version on the offensive side would be Nate Shieldhouse. Nate Shieldhouse has kind of worked his way up the ranks. It was his first job. He came from Iowa State, joined the Rams a couple of seasons ago, sticking around, working his way up the ranks. He's getting some buzz as a head coach, offensive coordinator, definitely. So Michael Hunter could be the defensive version of that. Now, there's not a ton out there about him. He was with Ohio State, and before that, or shortly thereafter, he was with Tennessee, not for very long. But he helped develop Denzel Burke, David Igbinosun, who was first team all Big Ten last season with the Ohio State Buckeyes. So, similar to Nate Shieldhouse, we didn't know a ton about what he would bring, but if McVay has you on the radar, there's got to be some buzz about this guy.
And one of the things that I wish in another lifetime I could come back would be, what is it like in that coach's room? It has got to be like, if you're a comedy writer and you get to be in the comedy writing room of like SNL or Seinfeld, imagine the opportunity if you are all in on football and you're a coach, what it's like to be in a coaching room. What the heck? My computer keeps wanting to shut down. What's it like? It's got to be so cool. So, like, congrats to Hunter. He's going to have such an awesome opportunity, and I think you're right. Secondary is certainly a position of focus this off season, and he'll have his work cut out for him. But what a cool opportunity for that guy, for sure, for a young guy like him.
Yeah, 100%. Let's just run down. If you've been living under a rock and you're a Rams fan, the Rams secondary was a problem last year. 25th in coverage per Sumer Sports, 67.6 completion rate allowed. They came up with 14 interceptions, which masked over a lot of the issues. And we saw when they weren't able to turn the ball over, they really struggled in man coverage a lot as well, which doesn't have a lot to do with scheme, but has a lot more to do with those players and the talent and the speed and the size.
Can I push back? Can I push back though? I mean, you had Quentin Lake out for a large majority.
Yeah.
So, but even when I think Q Lake was in, they made Bryce Young look like Peyton Manning in his prime at some points of that game. So
yeah, and Akella Witherspoon was out as well, and so but injuries happen in the NFL, so you got to like kind of bolster everything. And just in terms of the depth chart, free agents that are coming up: Kobe Durant, free agent; Akella Witherspoon, Roger McCreary, Cam Curl, and Darian Kedrick, all free agents. Who does that leave? You might ask. well, Darius Williams, he'll be on the last year of his contract. He's turning 33 here in about a month. Cam Kinchins is under contract. Quentin Lake, of course, they just re-signed. Emmanuel Forbes, the very let's call him controversial figure in the defensive backfield. Jalen McCullough, who ended up playing a lot of snaps, from 45% of snaps, of defensive snaps for him. And then Josh Wallace, who filled in for Quentin Lake went out. He played 24% of snaps. So, you want to kind of roll into the season with 10 to 12 DBs. They've got about 6 under contract currently. I imagine they're probably going to bring back Kobe Durant, maybe Cam Curl. Mm-hmm. But lots and lots of work to do on that side of the ball. You want to get anything before we get out of here? No,
it's we'll find out, but I'm glad, I'm glad that they're going to inject some youth. Good luck to Hunter, but we'll see how this secondary pans out, and what an opportunity to kind of turn things around. So we'll see.
Yeah, I love that. They're seeing this as an opportunity, not as a problem. I'm sure that's the language. For us over here at the Rams LAFB show, I'm Ryan Anderson. You got Erin Coscarelli across from me. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you soon.
Hey, Ramley, thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching the Rams LAFB show. Quickly before you go, got to tell you about our friends over at Sleeper. It's the #1 sports app right now, and you've got to download it because it's got so many great features that I want to tell you about. Aside from season-long fantasy, which is the best in the business, they've also got live score trackers, in-game updates, plus the live chat where you can actually communicate with other users right on the app. But perhaps the best feature, at least that I like, is the daily fantasy feature, or the live pick'em. Just pick 2 to 8 players across any sport: baseball, basketball, hockey, obviously football, and our Rams. You're going to choose a player, just choose more or less. Matthew Stafford, more or less passing yards. Kyren Williams, more or less rushing yards, more or less touchdowns. 2 to 8, you can win real money. So when you go to make your first deposit, make sure you use our promo code RAMSLAFB, and Sleeper's going to give you a match bonus up to $100. So you deposit $100, they're going to give you $100 free. You're now sitting at $200. You put in $10, they're going to match you $10. You're now sitting at $20. But on top of that, right now, Sleeper is offering all new user signups a $20 free entry, no deposit required. Go sign up. You're automatically invested $20 straight from Sleeper. But you can stack that offer with that match bonus offer to add more money. Just make sure to use that promo code RAMS, LAFB. Go check out Sleeper. Download it today. Tell them the guys at the Rams LAFB sent you. And as always, Ramley, thank you so much for making us a part of your day.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.